Explain before we get started with this. First of all, how I'm doing this. Everybody has a clear set of skin, and I am only talking skins. That is, headpiece, weapon, and accessory, or body, whatever it is. Not the emotes and the MVP poses and all that stuff. I may do that some other point, but that'll just take too long. I want to focus on just the physical appearance of them. The way I'm going to be sorting this is through tiers S, A, B, and C. C is basically you can't do anything to make them look any better than they already are. There's just nothing. B is they have some things, but overall, it's just not that interesting, and there's definitely more that should be done with them in the future to make them look good. A, they look good in their things. It is very nice to play with them, and it just all works together. Bonus points, especially for having a combo of items that achieve this. S is you play this champion because you have this skin, no other reason. Anyways, I'm also going to be focusing on actual skins, not joke skins, alright? These are actually designed to put fear in your enemies' hearts. Let's get started then. With Talus, I think it's pretty obvious this kid is in C tier. In fact, among everything he has right now, just go with the default, appearance, okay? It's what looks the best, but he's basically C plus or B minus just because of how cool he's designed. I love his physical appearance in this. He is good, alright? Androxus. Now, we got the Shattermaw, which is basically S tier all on its own. Unfortunately, it's dogged down a little bit by, just not having that great of stuff to go with. Now, you could use default Androxus, but that's boring. There are two skins right now for Androxus that are really good, Steam Demon and Exalted, okay? The issue is they don't go well together, really. Like, this just, it doesn't look right. Especially in the other way. You don't want to see... look at this. Okay, it just looks bad. Alright, so if you're going to go between the two, I honestly suggest Exalted. It looks very nice. The blues fit together as well as the golds, so this looks nice. Also, I have to just make mention that Cosmic does exist, but just feels weird going one random texture and then this just looks much better. Honestly, the Cosmic and Obsidian should be changed to just silver and gold recolors of the default, since that would all just fit better with everything. In any case, go with this for Androxus, especially the Shattermaw. It's literally just the best thing you can do. Next up, we've got Ash. Now, clearly you're going to want to go with the Ronin armor, and alongside that, the Ronin's Roar. This weapon looks amazing. The body looks amazing. It's perfect. I love Ash already. So this just makes it even better. Do not, though, go for the War Helm. It's just odd and it's clunky and weird. Instead, I prefer using either the default bangs or the plated bangs. Especially the plated bangs. This looks very nice. Don't really go for tempered or Hellion, they just don't fit as well as default or plated do. So yeah, it just looks better. The one eye being covered is always nice in most situations. Overall, this is just nice. I'd say this is probably B tier though. There is some more that can go into this. As far as Androxus here, Shattermaw really makes it, but it's still just an A tier skin. Now, as far as Barrack, we got a new change in Swashbuckler. I don't think it actually affects anything, though. There's just far better options for everything you can do, and the options are this. First of all, go with the Foreman. It just looks the nicest out of the default armors. In the past, I've said that Team Fortress 2, the Engineeric, was probably the best. After doing some experimentation, it just doesn't work unless you've got most of the TF2 set. Go with the Foreman armor, take the Cosmic Eye Shields, and you can see already, that looks Very, very nice. If you can't go Cosmic Eye Shields, use the Stone Cut main, as it also looks nice, but yeah, Cosmic Eye Shields. It has that better hair and just a better beard. If Stone Cut had gotten its appearance updated to be with, like, the newer Barrack, my opinion might change, but no. Go Cosmic, and then use the Tempest. I previously used Undying, but Tempest goes a bit better, not just a bit better, a lot better with the rest of the stuff. And just that nice blue color is always good. So, yeah, there's your Barrack. The only annoying thing is his eyebrows are still orange. Hi-Res, please fix that. Please make them the color of his hair. Anyways, next up we've got Bomb King. Pumpkin. Seriously, just use the Pumpkin. There's really nothing else you can do with Bomb King. He's just a pumpkin. Everything here is better than anything there, especially the cape. If you can't go Pumpkin, though, because I know it's pretty rare, go with Biz King. Instead of using the Biz King crown, use the Monarch. It looks a bit nicer and it still meshes with everything. And then use Hard Candy Bombs, as those look quite nice. This is just like a B tier skin, though. Pumpkin is A tier. In fact, it's borderline S, alright. And Barrack, I didn't mention it, but this is probably an A tier skin. Very, very nice, despite using a common thing. Tempest just looks very nice, and especially with the Cosmic Eye Shields. The default stuff, Barrack is just amazing. Alright, moving on to Buck. Now, as far as Buck, the first thing you want to do is decide which do you want to use. Do you want to use the Triggerman Shades or the Kingpin Shades? Literally, there's nothing else you can pick. Some people go with the Buck Wild bandana, but those people are idiots, because the Shades are where it's at. Alright, so use the Shades. After that point, you've got a few different options. If you go with either the Shades of the color that go with the whatever you used, you know, or what I actually prefer the most is go with either one. Really can work with the Commando. It just looks very nice. I love the appearance of this. It's all pretty good, although I suppose if you really don't want the Shades, this can work. Overall, though, go with the Triggerman Shades and this. Don't use Buck Wild. This is what you use for a joke. Like, this is what I was talking about when I say jokes, okay? And we're not talking about jokes, we're talking about cool-looking skins. After that point, go ahead, grab the 12 gauge of whatever you want, or Obsidian. Because Obsidian can look pretty nice on this. So yeah, that's Buck. It's probably like a B tier skin. As far as Cassie, there's two things you can do, and they're both really recolors. Either use the Copacabana Shades, and this is the one I prefer. Copacabana Nightbane for both of these. The weapon and the body. And that just looks very nice. The Copacabana's black hair looks very good with the rest of it. Unlike the red hair that's on a lot of different things. I mean, it's alright. But if you don't do that, you change it out with Sun-Kissed and then Blood Moon. It's really just personal preference, which one you want to do. Do you prefer the red color, or do you prefer the black color? But like I said, I prefer the black color, especially because Ziggs is black in the Nightbane, and it meshes better with this. So then we go on to Drogos, and starting with the weapon, okay? Use Hemorrhage. It's the best thing. Hemorrhage is just really cool, really nice looking, and it works well. The Maws, some people are going to say, well, what about Cecilian, or what about Samba? Well, no, because those are dumb. And Hemorrhage looks better. Yeah, it's got, like, what? It's got a little eye here, because it's a lizard. But it's not a lizard, he's a dragon, so you go with the Hemorrhage instead. Some people will say the Maws, but I don't know. They're just weird. Then either go with Dread Hunter or Terramorph, but either way, don't use the Dread Hunter or Terramorph horns. If you go Terramorph, go with the Cosmic Shackles, and the reason is cheek spikes, okay? These are the most powerful part of Drogos, and taking Dread Hunter and Terramorph, even though the horns look cooler, it just, you give up too much in these cheek spikes, plus a few of your fangs are cosmic as well. So yeah, this is it, or use Dread Hunter and just go the default horns instead. That's all good. As far as Eevee, oh, I kind of forgot to say it, but yeah, this is probably an A tier skin. This is as well A tier. Moving on to Eevee. And again, the best weapon is the Strato Blaster for Troublemaker. And with that, you probably should take the Troublemaker's body. And then, the Troublemaker is the best. And it's not necessarily that great of a skin. It's just that nothing else she has is really that impressive. The Black Ice is just okay, so yeah. The best thing you can do is just full-on Troublemaker, and that's going to put it into B tier. I mean, it looks nice, but I don't know. There's much more that could be done with this, especially combinations. As far as Fernando, our spicy Spaniard, it's a throw-up between either Erebos or Helios, but only use the helmet, and then you'll have a different weapon. For example, use Helios's helmet, Helios's body, and then the Cosmic Flame Lance. If you go Erebos, use Obsidian instead, and this just looks very nice in A-tier skin. Uses the combination, so it's got those bonus points. As far as Grok, poor guy. He doesn't really have much. Between the two, he has two that are pretty good. One being Camouflage, and the other being Tropic. You can use either one of these, however, I honestly prefer the Camouflage. Then go with the Beast Body and the Tribesman's Mask. It looks okay, but Grok needs some lovin'. Please just put in the Witch Doctor skin from Strike. That would put him up to S tier, but right now he's just really B tier. Borderline C, honestly. It's just not that interesting. Alright, next up is Grover, and he's got... Use the Doom Shroom, obviously. Use the Doom Shroom body. Your chopper is really up to you. You could go with the Doom Shroom chopper, or either the Fortune Fury or the Gamma Slice. In fact, any of these ones are pretty good. But if you really want to keep the synergy, go with the Doom Shroom chopper. But obviously, you're gonna want the Rosebud Canopy. It's sort of jokey, but you know, it's still good. This still looks fine. Now, real joke loadout, and I'm just gonna show you why I hate joke loadouts for your skins. Go with the Winter Foliage, and look, he looks like a block of cheese. Even worse is those nerds that take the Rect Hacker. I mean, seriously, you're a block of cheese with an axe. You think this is this supposed to strike fear into your enemies' hearts? I didn't think so. It's dumb. B tier with that. As far as Inara, now, go with Ice Walker body. It's super cool, and it also affects your wall and your Warder's Field, so those are bonus points there. Then take the Ice Walker's Malice, because it fits the best in here. You've got three choices of hair here. You could either use the Ice Walker's Crown, which looks nice, I'm going to admit. Use the Celestine Blossom, just because it's the blue one, and so it synergizes well with this. It still looks pretty okay. And then you could also use the Cosmic Blossom, and it just looks awesome. This is the one... I still have to get the Cosmic, but this is what I want. Alright. This here. Okay, next up we've got, and that was probably like a A-tier skin. Next up, Genos. Eclipse Star Splitter is literally one of the best weapons in this game. It looks so cool. The issue is, though the Eclipse Sun Crown looks really nice as well, Eclipse itself is really bad. If I'm gonna be honest. And I know exactly what the issue is. Look, he doesn't have any coattails. Look at Millennium. He has the coattails, and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good, but Eclipse just doesn't have it. If it had it, it would be a much better thing, but these pants just look dumb. So then you're forced to take Millennium because it looks the best, but then it doesn't work with the Sun Crown, and so you've got to take the Millennium Visage. It's sad, and I'm gonna put it in C, even though I really like the Eclipse Star Splitter. Genos is just a... He's just C tier. Guys, do more, please. Or at least give him the coattails on Eclipse. Kinessa. Now, Kinessa got a new skin. The Star Silver, which looks absolutely awesome, and I prefer it over the Nova Strike. It's just a bit stronger. It goes really well, especially in icy environments. But it goes especially well with the Atomic Cut. This just looks awesome, okay? Don't use the helmet, alright? Get the Atomic Cut, do this, it looks great, it feels great, the effects are awesome. Again with the jokes, don't use the Chill Weave with this, it's dumb. Especially don't use the Viking helmet. Oh my gosh, this is the dumbest looking thing ever. Just go with Atomic Cut, okay? No joke loadouts. Stop with the joke loadouts. Now, Lex's... I say no joke loadouts, but it's borderline joke, okay? Not complete joke. And you can tell it's not a complete joke because it uses Eroded Oath. These things are super cool. A few people will say the Lexo suit phasers, but it only really works if you take the full Lexo suit, which in my opinion just doesn't look as good. Go with Eroded Oath here. Now, the one that goes the best with these is actually the default, Peacekeeper. You see, this looks really nice. And then you go with the Serrata Aviators, because, as we've seen, shades instantly make it better. It's a pretty okay skin overall, but it's not C tier, it's B tier. It will work for you. There's just a bit more that should come in that could make these even better, especially in the head. If there was some kind of head thing that made it mesh a little bit better, or maybe even if Eroded Oath, if we got an Eroded Oath body piece, or just some kind of more interesting body piece that went well with the Eroded Oath. Oh well, that's Lex. Leon, I talked about her last time. Use the Viridian Hairpin instead of Goddess's Wisdom, and then Goddess for everything else. It looks very nice. It's just a solid A tier skin. Okay. Maeve. Okay. So I may have overhyped Rave a little bit. She's not that great. But the blades, they look nice. The jacket for Rave is obviously the best one you could go with. And then you've got a few different things. Rave Emotron is... I mean, it's nice. You could go with the Alley Cat ears, but it just doesn't... I don't know. It looks off. The Cosmic Clasp is the best thing you could do with this. And that all looks very nice. Especially the jacket. I'd say this is probably a, by my criteria, it's an S tier skin, but honestly, it belongs in A tier, not B tier. It's probably an A tier skin, but just because of how it's used, I have to put it in S. I can't put it any lower than that. Especially the tail. The tail is very nice. Oh boy, this is the one. Okay, they killed it, guys. They killed the Volcanic and Plushy Eyes combo. I suppose we should have seen this coming. It was overpowered for so long, and they just had to nerf it. But they broke it. They broke Makoa's skins by putting it on the shell, and not including the eyes and ears with the shell. Now, if they had done that, we could take the Dutchman's Curse, which could also include the hat, this little pirate hat here. And this would be a good combo with, put it on Cuddly, alright? Cuddly with this pirate hat would look amazing and adorable. But they didn't do that. And now it just looks, sad. And besides, the Dutchman's Curse is so much better than any of the other shells. I mean, Volcanic, maybe? But, I don't know, guys. You're gonna want to use the Dutchman's Curse. You could go with Cuddly, but it just will look awkward. You could use it with Dutchman, but it just looks boring. You could use it with Cosmic. Honestly, Makoa is just broken, and they need to do something to fix this boy. If you're gonna go with the Cuddly, use the Cuddly cannon. And I mean, it wasn't a joke loadout before. When you had the eyes, those struck fear into the hearts of your enemies. Makoa's broken. As far as Maldamba, Chancellor's Basilisk is clearly better than any of the other snacks. As far as bodies, you could go with the full-on Chancellor's set. I mean, It looks alright, but I've seen a few people use this, and I think it's a little better. Use Defiler. This is still like a B tier skin. It's not the greatest. This is an A tier weapon, though. In fact, this might be A plus or S tier skin for the weapon. But put up against the rest of it, it's just weird. As far as Pip, a lot of people use Invader. I think it's just overrated. Alright. Here's what you should do instead. Go with the Sulfur. Go with Rooster Brewster. And go with the Pandemonium Goggles. It's a lot simpler, but it's actually a bit more effective. The alien chickens are terrifying and just bad. The roosters, though, look very nice. The Pandemonium Goggles go with Sulfur. It's just a good skin. And you still maintain this cute little Pip face. Next up, we've got Ruckus. Clearly, you're going to be using Star Slayer, okay? You use the basic Star Slayer stuff, and then, as far as this, either use the Beta jumpsuit, the Hawk jumpsuit, or the Star Slayer fight suit. My preference is the Hawk jumpsuit. I feel it just looks the best. And, you know, this is good. This is good. This is a solid A-tier skin. Alright, Ceres. She got a massive buff. She's S-tier now. Go with Infernal, clearly. However, I think you should, instead of using the Infernal Sensor, although the eye is pretty cool and all, Gaze of Nurgle is still just so much better. It's just much cooler, and it still fits. Look at this. Once it loads, you'll see it still can work with Infernal. Now, you could use the Infernal Horns, but I've actually found that what's better than doing that is go with the Taboo Hood. It's a bit simpler. It doesn't give a giant green dot saying, hey guys, shoot me here. And it still looks just as intimidating. It's simpler, and it puts more focus on what's really important. Those big, round skulls in her lamp. Yeah, this is S tier, guys. Easily. As far as Shaolin, you're going to want to use the Vigilante compound. It's just the good one. And alongside that, it's really your choice between the Vigilante or the Guardian. Between the two, though, I feel that Guardian is a little bit better. It's got the sleeves, which just, you know, looks nicer. Then you can go with either of these, but they look dumb, so use the Burrito Shades instead. I'm telling you guys, Shades make a ton of skins just so much better. Look at how much more smug he is right now. And base Shaolin is already pretty smug. So you know this is even more smug. So yeah, there is Shaolin. Pretty simple, straightforward. As far as Sky, starting off with her hair, use the Heartbreaker's beret. It looks the nicest out of everything. The beret is nice, the pink hair, all looks very good. As far as here, a few different things you could do. For a while, I used the Chrome set. Just because, you know, it kept it pretty simple. Kunoichi, though, came out, and I think it looks a bit better. If you do go with Kunoichi, though, consider using the blush guys, just because it fits a bit better with this thing. And then, obviously, use the weapon, the weapon skin that goes with your body set. So that's Sky, pretty simple. I've forgotten to say it. Shaolin, A tier, I'm gonna say. Sky, A tier. A tier for the skins. Strix is C tier, okay. You go the Phoenix Cowl, you go the Phoenix Body, you go the Phoenix Talon Rifle. Still, it's just C tier, it's just boring old basic Strix. Sorry, Strix buddy, maybe you'll get something cool. As far as Torvald, it's remained mostly the same. You're gonna want to use Clockwork with that dapper top hat there. And then as far as your accessory, you could go with the Clockwork Generator, but it's also equally viable to go with Historian's Rucksack. It's still got the brown coloration, and it makes him look a bit less... Although it makes him look less clockwork, it looks a little more like he's an adventurer, which is always an upside. And then, with that, take the corresponding weapon to your rucksack. And then the Clockwork Steam Fist with that generator back there. So yeah, Torvald has some good stuff. I'd say he's probably A tier. As far as Tyra goes, it's a bit interesting. Direwolf's Howl, clearly the best one. Then with that, although I really want to say the Baroness is the best, I just can't. It's Direwolf. Go with the Direwolf here. As far as this next part, though, there's a few different options. First of all, Baroness Tress. This looks very nice, and, you know, it still fits. The black hair goes with everything. The alluvial plates. It's got this blue color that goes with them, and you've got the face markings here under her left eye, which goes with that. Cosmic plates also look very nice on this. Direwolf's diadem can work, but you're going to want to go with alluvial, cosmic, or Baroness. So yeah, that's Tyra. Getting to the end here with Victor. Clearly, you're going to use the Firestorm, you're going to use V1K-Tor, and you're going to use pretty much any head, actually. Except for the Code Green and V1K-Tor head guard, this just looks silly. Any of these look even sillier on... Just look at that, that's so ridiculous. Cosmic crew cut on it. This looks fine, it looks pretty cool. The charcoal crew cut can work. Out of all of them, the one that looks the best, don't use Loneheart, it leads to joke. Go with khaki, it just meshes the best with everything else. So that's Victor there. As far as Willow, use the Hemlock Scepter, use the Hemlock Body, those go together. You can use the Hemlock Ember Wings, and I will not fault you if you do that. This just puts it a little bit of a B tier. If you go with the Cosmic Wings, though, it gives it a bit of a meshing, and it's still B tier, but it's still a bit more interesting, like I said, and it still fits with Hemlock Willow. As far as Ying, headpiece, obviously Genie's Feather. It's always been the best, and it's always gonna be the best. Then alongside that, you've got basically your pick of anything here, except for Replicant. Out of them all, I'd say either go with the Snapdragon or Convention 2017. They fit the best with the feather, and the feather is what you need. You need the feather, okay? And then just go with, really, any mirror can work. I'd suggest use a mirror that fits with your body piece. Still, that looks very nice. It's probably like a B tier skin. Last one, we've got Zin here. Now, I overhyped Conqueror, okay? There's the Conqueror's War Song, Conqueror Body. Although it looks nice, I still feel that Deathbringer is the superior sword, and it just doesn't go as well with this. So use Deathbringer, use Greed, and use the Warlord Topknot. This is B tier. But, I mean, it's slightly superior to the Conqueror. Just, never use the Conqueror's Battle Helm on anybody except for Conqueror. I will hunt you down and find you if you make this joke. So, that's the tier list. That's everybody's best skins evaluated and rated. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope to see you all next time.